Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the garage. So we're kind of getting a late start with working on the truck tonight because I spent most of the evening cleaning up the garage, just trying to get shit out of here, putting it away, putting it in the basement, putting it in sheds, just getting it out of the garage, like all of our industrial engine parts other than the cam, the crank, and the block itself. I got cleaned up, bunch of other miscellaneous stuff. Just got it all out of here, stuff we don't need. A lot of it, to be honest, is probably just scrap unless I can find a way to get rid of it. And don't even ask about the pistons. If I do give the pistons away from that industrial engine, we will be doing a giveaway of some sort at some milestone or whatever, but I just hadn't decided on yet. Maybe I'll make a table or something stupid like that, I don't know. But anyhow, a lot of the other stuff from that industrial engine is probably just trash, scrap, whatever. So that's out of the garage. I had to clean it up. It was a clusterfuck in here last night. As you can see, I still have a lot more to do. Definitely need to get to working on the KFX, get that head all shimmed up for the cams so I can get that thing running and get that out of here as well. So what were we doing to the truck tonight? Well, the goal is to get the fuel cell mounted. I want to get the brackets in for the fuel cell, maybe get the other cross member that I had planned on putting in here. In the back end here, get that in. I would like to get that all wrapped up, maybe get our air dog mounted as well. Just we'll see how far we get, but the fuel cell is the main thing. So as I had previously said, the game plan is fuel cell somewhere in here, air dog over here on this side, and then eventually we'll move the battery to the back and put the battery right here. So I'm just trying to figure that out. Last night, well, it was getting late, first off, but this is the only C-clamp I had that was big enough, and you think it's big enough, because the frame is actually like 6 1/4, 6.5 inches, and then you add this 1 inch steel here to it, and you just can't C-clamp it. Now, my original thought is to just put it at the bottom of the frame here, and weld it just so it's not poking out of the frame too much, but that we have it long enough that, you know, we can always trim it down and bring it up just so it's sitting flush with the bottom of the frame. I haven't decided that right yet, but I want to get these brackets where I want them, get that thing kind of just nestled in there, see how everything looks, and move on from there. So that's a game plan. Let's get to it. Oh, and I did mention last night about making a little cart up for my little welder setup. So the old bottle cart I have from work, that'll do for right now. This is actually something we threw out because it's illegal. See this? That's not insulated or something, so we can't use it. I don't know, safety shit. But yeah, let's get to work. So I got the fuel cell, I think, where I want it. I originally had it up here, pretty much right in back of the differential. This was my original thought, kind of right behind the rear axle. I don't know, I just don't like it. Using the stock suspension is really kind of fucking me up over there, so I got to either go in front of it or behind it. Why did I choose to go to the back? There was a reason. I had a reason. Son of a bitch. Oh, that's it. The reason that I decided, I think we're going to go here, right behind it, right pretty much up against the shock mount over here, is because in the future we will eventually change the shock setup. So rather than moving the fuel cell again, we'll just be able to cut that shock mount off and move it up, you know, probably right in here. I would say most of the stuff you see is kind of at a slight angle. So that's kind of the reason I wanted to move it back from the differential. I mean, it looked good up here, but I just think it'll be better served in the very rear of the truck here. So my other thinking was with the air dog right here, or maybe even to move it up a little, since we will be gutting the bed. Maybe even we will make a bracket or something to make it a little higher, so we can just shoot our feed line right up there and follow the frame rail and go right above the shock mount and all that. Also contemplating maybe going inside the frame rail, which I don't know if I can do or not. But anyhow, just a thought. The other thing with that, I wanted to put another bar back here, but where I kind of have the air dog sitting now, it would hit. And if we went, you know, in the middle of the frame, we'd probably be okay. But as you can see, my bar is quite short. When I cut this, I measured for that bar and I just made 2 of them. Well, as you can see, the frame's kind of thinned down back here after this weld point. So I'm gonna have to get another tube, make another tube up for that. But yeah, I think I like the fuel cell there. Now, another thing, I don't care for how this looks right here. Just welding it to the bottom there, it looks kind of half-assed, like we just threw it together. So I'm gonna cut these down and we'll put them at the very bottom of the frame here, which basically will bump this up an inch, which in the grand scheme of things isn't much. So yeah, I think that's where she's gonna go. It definitely looks right. Starting to look like something more than just a bare frame. But yeah, let's get this thing cut up and get her welded in there. Probably gonna have to take that shock off and probably have to weld it to that mount. Well, fuel cell's in. We're all burned in weld wise. I just have the bolts in there. It's not bolted down because they'll be coming back out when we put the air dog, mount the air dog, and other shit. So that, with all the grinding and all, I'd rather try and keep this as nice as long as possible. I'm sure it won't last that long, but anyhow, yeah, we're all burned in there, and yeah, she's looking fly. I'm liking that. That really makes the truck look like we've done something here. No, maybe not much, but it does. It looks good. I'm definitely digging it. That's one more thing off the checklist, but it also adds to a few more. So now we got to mount our air dog, run our lines, all that kind of stuff. I do want to still put a rear support bar, which I still have to measure for now that I think about it. But yeah, fuel cell's looking good. What do you guys think? So I hope you guys enjoyed. Catch you on the next one. Get out in your garage, get the wrench on your truck.